What's up?
We did it.
We did it.
This is for the very last time, No Homo with Jonathan and Tom. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Tom.
Not the last time I'll ever do this podcast, but the last time it will ever be No Homo with Jonathan and Tom.
Yeah, teardrop.
R.I.P.
This is episode 22.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to sing that.
I could tell you were excited for it.
We're recording this episode on Monday, November 17th. You guys are hearing it hopefully Thursday, but whenever you hear it, it's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Whenever you want to listen. We're just happy you're listening.
People are listening. People are listening.
People are listening. We've had...
We hit 5,000 downloads this past week.
I'm so proud of us.
Yeah, it's exciting. We did it.
We did it. 5,000 people have listened to us. Is that right?
No, that's not what that means. But 5,000 has been downloaded 5,000 times. So there's 22 episodes. People, each episode is a new one that's the same person, but that also doesn't count YouTube. So there's others there. There's like at least 5 or 6 every week. So that's good over there. I think we do okay over there. Go ahead.
It sounds like a lot to me. Like 5,000 sounds like a big number.
Yeah. It's exciting. I'm proud of us. We did it.
We're no Joe Rogan, but yeah.
We could be the Joe Rogan of the, I don't know, everyone is doing that, right? Like everyone's like, who's going to be the Joe Rogan of the left? How about we just leave Joe Rogan out of it? Like, let's just move past Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I'm proud of us. This shit's not easy. It's hard coming back every week and trying to be funny and entertaining.
And Monday nights are tough. It's just tough. It's tough. Yeah. But then we look at when could we do it? No, this is but we do it. We're here. We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, let's go.
I know. Remember the first couple of weeks we talked so much about how we're doing it? People are like, stop fucking talking about doing it.
Do we have any correction corners this week?
Yeah, I have a big one. I just want to go ahead and say, I want to go on record and say, it turns out I was wrong. It was not Jen's fault that the calendar was not right. No, it really was. But we talked about it, and she did say, she came to me, I was standing in the kitchen. So that's a joke. It was, she took responsibility for it. But I was standing in the kitchen, and she walked in from her car. She had just come in, and she goes, so, and I was like, oh, did you listen? She said, just to be fair, she said, yes, it was my fault. I did not put it in there. She was kind of saying like, it was a quick turnaround on this trip. This was kind of like a last minute planned thing. And in theory, everything goes in the calendar. In practice, it's like things that are down the road that we need to look ahead to, like when things are happening in real time. If it's like the next day or two, it doesn't always go in. But she took the responsibility for it. And again, I will say, I was talking about the podcast and the trip back and forth in conversation for 2 days without ever thinking about the conflict there. So yes, it was not in the calendar. B, I'm not sure that would have changed anything.
Yeah.
Just thought it was fun to give her another moment. She handled it well. So thanks, Jen.
That's good. Can I say that I actually go back and I update my calendar from the previous day to make sure it reflects what actually happened?
What?
So like
backwards?
this whole business of like just it's happening tomorrow, so it might not make it in the calendar is like baffling to me
because you'd be like, it happened yesterday. I need to put it in the calendar.
Yeah, because you never know when you need to go back and check your calendar to remember when something happened. Taxes, lawyers. Like seriously,
I think that's the problem. I think that you shouldn't do that. That's how you get caught.
Well, I don't know, man. I do. I make sure my calendar is up to date.
Wow.
I have a correction corner.
Do it.
Our friend Haas, friend of the pod, corrected me that it was not Guillermo del Toro that directed the third Harry Potter, which is so good. It was actually Alfonso Cuarón. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but talented.
We'll just carry this correction.
Totally.
Week.
Also a talented director, and that was the best Harry Potter movie of them all. It changed the whole franchise. Which is that
Del Toro did not do a Harry Potter, or he did. He did not.
He did not.
So he didn't do one.
He didn't do one. He was supposed to do. They have similar.
Yeah.
Sort of like he was supposed to do The Hobbit, and then had to backed out or something. And I really wish that had happened because that would have been cool to see. But that's my correction corner. We also have big news for everybody. So we are, as you've already said, this is our last week as No Homo. We will officially be Bro Homo going forward.
Yeah.
But we're going to take next week off for Thanksgiving because we come out on Thursdays. None of y'all are going to listen to us on Thanksgiving. I mean, maybe you will, and we're sorry that we're taking it off, but we need a little break. We've done this straight every week for 22 weeks.
22
so that's
weeks.
Pretty major.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in December to debut Bro Homo. And continue this on.
Yeah.
So What tell me about your life. What happened this week?
Well, so last time we talked, I was at, I was in a landlocked cruise ship at Camelback, and it was lovely. We had a great time. So the next day after we recorded, the next day we were still there.
Wait, it was a cruise ship?
No. I just mean like it was an indoor water park and hotel. Like it was like a resort, all indoors. So it kind of felt like an indoor cruise. I mean, like felt like a landlocked cruise ship, but no, it was a resort. It was a water park resort, indoor water park resort, which just gets worse the more I say. But we had a great time. We had a great time. The day after we recorded, we were there for a few hours, and there's a bunch of slides, like cool slides. And my daughter, Sydney, who's not even 5 yet, loves the fast slides. She loves them. She'll do any of the water slides she's allowed to go on. She'll do. Caleb, not so much. He's been on a couple of roller coasters and a couple of water slides, and he's like, he's with you. He's right on board with you.
Smart.
But we were going to do a family one. There was like a big tube. You can fit like 6 people in it. So us and the friends we were with, we're going to all do it. And it's like up a bunch of stairs you got to go up, and we got up to the top, and Caleb like kind of just like lost it, like was like not gonna do it. And I got annoyed because we had been working up to this, and like I wanted to try things, I wanted them to trust us, and like so I took him back down. We walked back all the down the stairs together, and I will say like this was like a learning moment, a growing moment for me. I was like. I was at my patience end at that point. I was like I was being really short with him, and I was like frustrated and annoyed that I wasn't going to get to do it, that we'd walk back down, and he was crying. And he said it just broke my heart, and it made me, I just took away all of that lack of patience and made me a loving, caring dad again, because it broke me so hard. He's like mid-sob, and he just goes, I thought this was supposed to be fun. Oh, man, I'm sorry. So he actually told me before we were recording, he asked me what we're going to talk about tonight, and I said I was going to bring that up, and he said, you don't have to talk about that. You don't have to apologize for that. So he's cool. He forgives me.
That's cool.
But we had a fun time there. Last night we went to a thing out in Queens, at a theater in Queens. We thought we were going to see a circus. An urban circus is what it was kind of like headlined as. So the kids have never been to the circus. We thought, we're going to go to a circus. And it kind of seemed like, well, it's an animal-less circus, which is great. I know they're kind of moving that way, so great. It turns out urban circus is just like an ad slogan that has nothing to do with a circus at all. It was like it was pretty cool, but it was like breakdancers and a BMX bike guy and like a freestyle rapper and a basketball kid who could do some cool basketball tricks. But it was just like we were in a theater. Like we weren't at a circus. All the things we'd said about a circus was just not at all what was happening. We thought there were going to be like popcorn and cotton candy, and it was like a fucking vending machine that broke while everyone was in line for it. So, but the reason I want to bring that up is because our family friend, our buddy Mike, who has 3 kids, who you've met, Hot Mike, was solo dadding with his 3 kids there, and he knocked it out of the park. He had a backpack full of snacks. He was rocking it with all 3 of those kids. So I wanted you to hear that Hot Mike was really nailing it as the solo dad at the 360 All-Stars Urban Circus last night.
Wow.
So shout out, Mike. Good work.
Nice. Nice. Good job, Hot Mike. That's awesome, man.
What about you? What's been going on with you, man?
We had a pretty chill weekend. We had dinner with friends Friday, and then we stayed in all weekend. We did a lot of chores. We cooked for each other.
What'd you cook?
We had some couple time.
I see there's an and on the outline here. We'll get to it.
And some couple time. So it was really nice. Yeah.
What did you have? What'd you cook for each other?
Like a little lasagna, and I made delicious oatmeal one morning. He made eggs and bacon. But it was a busy weekend. Like we had a lot of stuff to do, but it was nice to not be social. I needed a break. My social battery needed a break.
Yeah.
We also caught up on a lot of culture stuff. Segue.
Man.
We finished.
It's a bummer we're taking a break after this because you've gotten so polished at your segues.
Thank you.
They're seamless.
We finished British Bake Off, which I love. I love that show. Toby's so hot. He did not win, but beautiful. Do you watch it?
I did for a long time, and I'm all for it. But no, I don't keep up with it anymore.
Yeah.
No,
it's one of my favorites. It's such easy. First of all, you can look at your phone during it, and you can come back. And when you come back, it's fine. They'll be talking about baking, and when you finish, they were talking about baking. Like it doesn't matter if you go take a phone call and whatever. Like it's just such easy. It's a great TV show to watch before going to bed. We're still watching English Teacher. We finished English Teacher, which I I'm good with English teacher. I'm sort of glad it wasn't renewed. I hate to say that. I know a lot of people
Really?
love it. Yeah, it just didn't work for me.
Really?
I thought it was a little bit all over the place, but
Season 2 is out, right? Like that's what you saw. All of season 2 is out. Okay, I haven't watched any of season 2. I like season 1, but I have not watched any of season 2.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like it, but yeah. Orville Peck's new album came out this week.
Yeah,
last
tell me
weekend.
about it. I haven't heard any of it.
So good. It's an EP. I think it's 6 tracks.
Okay.
My 2 favorites are Drift Away, which was the single that he released.
Okay.
And then he did a cover of Maybe This Time from Cabaret, which is so good. So
that's all I heard. That it was on there, but I haven't heard it at all.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
he nails
good.
it. Awesome.
Yeah, he's hot. He's talented. It's so good. And last night we watched Plainclothes, which is it's a movie starring Russell Tovey from Looking. You may not know him, but the gays listening to this podcast, British actor with ears.
Sure. Okay.
He was in the original cast of the History Boys.
Okay, sure.
He was opposite
like I know
Jonathan Groff in he's so hot and out. And opposite Tom Blythe, who Tom Blythe was in Gilded Age, but he's not well known. Okay. He should be after this. It's a fucking incredible performance. Right, it's about a closeted cop in 1997 Syracuse who's doing sting operations for men hooking up at the bathroom of a mall, and he's actually wants it. And it's really a good movie, really well done. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Is it based on a true story? I mean, specifically based on a true story?
No, I mean, I don't think it's based on a true story. It's based. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, this stuff is already. We talked about it on a podcast. It's happening currently.
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Yeah. So.
And there was something I did there's no context, there's no specifics to this at all. I did a reading a while back of a Stonewall adjacent story, and it was the same thing. It was like historical fiction about a cop who was in the closet doing the same doing sting operations around here on the city at the same time, and that was based on something more specific and more real. But I've already said all of the words I remember about that. So that's it. It wasn't on the outline. I didn't know to bring that up. I just
Were you good in it? Were you hot?
I was great. I was hot. Yeah.
Were you the cop? Did you get cruised?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like a really bigoted, angry, violent cop who turns out to be a closet case. Yeah. all of it.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. Why wasn't I invited to that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I didn't help with that audition. I didn't coach you for that.
You've helped with that audition our entire friendship. That's true.
Like. That's true. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I missed that I want to go back to real quick. There's culture and personal lives and correction corner and all of the above. I'm a farmer now with the garden club at my kid's school, right?
Yep.
And we've been looking for donations, things that people want to, whatever, soil or raised beds or whatever. And last week, and we should have talked about it last week, I just missed it because of my calendar, my outline, and my organization. But we just passed the 5-year anniversary of Four Seasons Total Landscaping. And so I actually reached out a little bit, and I'm going to try more. I really want to get them. I want to get them to donate. I will drive to the Philadelphia, to the exit off of 95 around Philly, between a sex shop and a crematorium, to Four Seasons Total Landscaping. And I don't want to go into all the details, but if you don't remember the story of Four Seasons Total Landscaping,
so good.
You got to look back into it. It really should have been the funniest ending to the dumbest part of modern American history. Unfortunately, we're still in it. We're still doing the dumbest part. But it's a really incredible story. It's one of the things that gives me a little bit of faith in the bigger picture here, because it's just so funny the way that real life came together for that. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it out there a little bit, but I miss Four Seasons Total Landscaping. I'm glad we just had the anniversary. Happy anniversary to all who celebrate. Look it up. Go back and look into it. I would do a bottle episode that's just talking through that. I kind of want to do like a serial style investigative journalism podcast because I have my own. I have theories that, I mean, to say what they told us might not be true is the most redundant thing you can say about this administration, any version of this administration. But I just think it's hilarious, and I think that I suspect that the truth is even funnier than what we think. Anyway,
you mean that we think they thought they were booking at the Four Seasons hotel or something?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'll try to give a quick because I can rabbit hole on this one big time.
Yeah,
so,
please don't.
Trump tweets Four Seasons lawyer press conference, Four Seasons, 11 a.m. And then at some point later, because he deletes that one quickly, and then later says Four Seasons Total Landscaping. And then it comes the story becomes that a staffer got it wrong, that this was always the plan to have it at the Four Seasons Total Landscaping, which is a landscaping store, a very fine but not overly successful, just regular old landscaping store off a random exit off of 95 outside of Philly, literally in a parking lot between a crematorium and a sex shop. And so then the story became oh, this was always the plan, just someone told him the wrong thing. So when he said that, and I think that's clearly bullshit. I think that he thought he was doing what he can always do, which is tweet something into existence. He could tweet it and it would be true. And Philly at that time was all about fuck around and find out. Philly was not having it. And I feel very strongly that somebody from the Four Seasons Hotel said, we need somebody to let the Mr. Trump, President Trump, I guess, no, that won't be happening. He's not doing that here. Which, if that's true, then what happens next is people were tasked with having to find a place with Four Seasons in the title. And there are I've done this research. There are many, many, many stores in the greater Philadelphia area with Four Seasons in the title. So I just really like to believe that people were just calling around, just calling anything that had Four Seasons in the title, and who they got to say yes was Four Seasons Landscaping. And no fault to them. I appreciate them for that. They said any president, anyone who would ask for their parking lot, they would have said yes to. That I don't think they were trying to support one campaign over another. They just said, yeah, sure, whatever. And because how would you choose? What person would have thought, let's put the president with a bajillion sex scandals and COVID under his belt as two of the greatest hits of his career, let's put him in a parking lot between a sex shop and a crematorium in front of a place that literally sells bullshit. I just think it's the funniest. It's the funniest thing. And so to me, his hubris is what got him there, not some staffer getting it wrong because it was always supposed to be that. Anyway, that's the least rabbit hole I can be about it. But do your research, or call your senator and tell them you want us to do a break-off podcast.
Because the senators will demand it.
It's just been weeks since we told anyone they needed to call their senator. So
call your representatives, call your senators. Yep. It is a very funny thing when that happened.
Hydrate again. I love that story so much.
Enjoying that story.
Yeah.
A not so funny story. ProPublica this week investigated. A report came out. They investigated the Chicago immigration raid. This is the one where Blackhawks were flown over a building in Chicago, and ICE agents rappelled. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Rappelled down in masks, no IDs. And this was 2 or 3 in the morning, I think, and pulled everybody out of the building, zip-tied children in the alleyway, and nobody was arrested. Nobody arrested was criminally charged. There's been no evidence that the building was filled with terrorists, as they claimed. There was absolutely zero legitimate reason for the Department of Homeland Security to do this raid, and I just think that's so sad and just terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. It is terrifying. And anyone who says well, ICE is going after, first of all, illegals, go fuck yourself, but going after even if you could correctly say undocumented immigrants, sorry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Without due process, without a correct way of doing any of this, that's not even on the table. You don't know. Clearly, there were no criminal charges here. It's just
inhumane.
Inhumane's a great way to put it. It's just full aggressive scare tactics, and I mean, not even scare tactics. Beyond that, it's crazy. It's
cruel. The cruelty is the point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think we obviously we want to talk about the big news this week, which is the Epstein story developing. So we've had all of these emails been released, which are not the Epstein files,
right?
As many people have been saying, and there's been a lot of sort of damning discussion about Trump and about other people, none of which is a surprise to anybody with a brain who's been paying attention to anything over the past 10 years. But it is fascinating to watch. It does feel like the facade is starting to crumble on MAGA and certainly on Trump. Did you see the footage of the White House and him playing Phantom of the Opera inside on Sunday?
Wait.
Yeah. So he loves his.
I saw this in the outline, and I thought it was just from the SNL sketch because they did like the guy who brilliantly does Donald Trump on SNL. I forget his name, but brilliant. Did covered Music of the Night as Donald Trump in one of the cold opens. I didn't know this was a real thing.
So he loves his playlist. He loves to DJ at Mar-a-Lago in the White House, and he loves Memory from Cats. He loves his Phantom of the Opera songs. And there's footage from Sunday afternoon at the White House, and you could hear Phantom of the Opera blaring from inside the White House, which is just like fucking crazy. But I don't know, man. Like the right bending over backwards, seeing people like literally bending over backwards to rationalize, like Megyn Kelly saying,
"What the fuck was that?" Oh my god,
so disgusting.
Yeah. And it's hard because Matt Gaetz, right? Just apparently paid a 17-year-old, unhoused 17-year-old to have sex. He's been like, that's how is he still around? How are these guys still around? And I get that Trump is his own like Teflon Don, whatever. That people are bending over backwards to keep him. I don't understand why, but I guess there's like. If I had to try to figure out because of the bigger, also dangerous, also amoral, soulless, but the bigger strategies, like we got to keep this dumb puppet in place so that we can get this other stuff done. But it's just, you're right. It's like falling apart in front of us. He's getting, and I know that like week 1 or 2, we thought, we were doing this. We thought maybe he was going to die, and he didn't. But it just seems like his health is never gotten better, and it's his
he's going to die.
Mental facilities are crumbling. He just seems awful.
Yeah.
And did you see the White House tried to put out the power couple, like the ultimate power couple? That was like she was clearly AI'd into that photo, or cropped into that photo. There's like a cell phone filming down, like the picture includes a cell phone that has them walking, except for she's not in it. It's only him because they only put her in the real image, and then it's so badly done. It's all duct tape.
Yeah,
and it's clearly all duct tape. So I don't know why.
I'm just waiting for the people in our lives that voted for Trump. I'm dying to hear the responses. I'm dying to hear I don't know, man. I also I have to say something that's bothered me the last couple of days is there's all this business about Trump blowing Bill Clinton. Trump did not blow Bill Clinton. That is ridiculous. First, does no one understand hyperbole? Did anyone learn hyperbole, the word hyperbole in English class? And I think it's dangerous for our side to joke about that. At lunch today at the place where I make my money, grown adults were sitting there, and one turned to another and said, Donald Trump, did you hear Donald Trump blew Bill? And they were Bill Clinton, and they were talking about it like this was there are people in this country that literally believe this now. And the reason they believe it is because fucking idiots on the left are all over social media acting, and maybe some of them are doing it joking, but most of them are not. People actually believe this.
I got a thread doing pretty well right now that was making a joke about it, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's a funny joke to make. I don't think that Donald Trump blew Bill Clinton, but I do think it's really funny. I get what you're saying. I'm kind of on the other side because they do this shit all the time. It's like, I want to make them comment on it. Like, I want to push it. Like, I know you didn't, but like, fucking now we're all going to talk about it so that you have to say you didn't. You have to say out loud, I didn't blow Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying about if it actually
as a gay man too, if he did, those are two grown adult.
Yeah, that part is.
It's not a joke. Like, men blowing each other is not a joke.
For him, it is. For someone who's like the head of a group that is so homophobic, so transphobic, so phobic, and has like just so many sexual allegations, and like prides himself on being a fucking predator. Yeah. Like for him, yes, blowing a dude is not in and of itself a bad thing, but Donald Trump blowing a dude is hilarious because of who he's built himself up to be and what we know him to actually be, who he has tried to make himself be. Like, to me, it's like when there were rumors going around about oh God, why did I just forget who his this forgettable guy, this milquetoast dude, but who was Mike Pence? Yeah. Mike Pence. When there's rumors going around about him, like, I get it. Like, trying to out somebody is not funny, but outing somebody who is so harmful to the community, or like even
I get the hypocriticalness of it and calling out that. I just as a gay man, I find it dangerous to. It makes me uncomfortable to see people make jokes about men blowing men. Like I just I don't know, and I think like our tenuous hold on truth and fact, if there even is a tenuous hold anymore in this country, it feels like there's not. Like facts don't seem to matter and truth doesn't seem to matter. And I just feel like our side should do a better job of like, let's just, whatever's in these files and in this story that's bad is bad. And let's find out those facts and let's deal with them.
Well, the truth about, I mean, who knows what that was referencing, but the truth, like so much of this stuff is like, sorry, man.
What happened, bro? What's going on?
I don't know. I just got phlegms in my throat. Maybe we'll mark that out. We'll see.
No, we won't. Nope.
I looked at the time and then did this like I'm going to write it down and didn't even write anything down. No. So yeah, that'll all stay in. But so much of what came out in those emails was like the proof of how much work was going into the PR handling of Trump, like whether it's with Russia or like the players involved, like anyone's surprised that Trump not blowing a man, but like if there's sex stuff that comes out now, like the man is a predator. The man is disgusting. The man's a pervert and a predator. Like that. None of that should. But if more comes out and that finally convinces someone, great. That none of that should be surprising. What to me is more damning about all that is this thing is so woven in. This is like. Steve Bannon, Michael Wolff, everyone that's connected to, you wouldn't even know was exactly connected to the Epstein stuff is all connected to it. And it's all been a big working thing. And it's like, to me, it's crazy. It's like, when there was fucking Pizzagate or there's like the fucking Wayfair catalog problems, or even just like gender patrolling bathrooms, who gets to use what bathroom is such a fear mongering kind of thing until you realize like, well, they think this way because they are this way. Like it's kind of become this self-fulfilling prophecy where like the people who always said like, you can't trust the government. You can't trust these people are psychos with their sex rings and they're sacrificing. So whatever it is, well, now those psychos, it's because they're psychos. It's because they're the ones that don't mind raping children or whatever, whatever it is and covering up whatever they need to for each other. Like that's the
what does Kara Swisher always say? Our girl Kara Swisher always says every
accusation is an admission.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it is right. It is so ironic that the Pizzagate people are the ones who are now being like, it's different having sex with a 15-year-old versus a 5-year-old. Yeah. Like, it's just disgusting.
But I think that there really is like to bite Kara, like that is, it's so true. Like I'll say this. I remember like in college, I cheated on my girlfriend. One of my girlfriends in college, I cheated on her and then was also convinced she was cheating on me. Like everything became like, I don't trust you because I know what I've done and I don't trust me. I'm not trustworthy here. And now I don't trust you about any of it. And it was a toxic thing anyway. It was better to not be in that relationship eventually, but I did the wrong thing at the time. And also had convinced myself that she was doing the same wrong thing. And it's just because like, when you live when you live a life that way, that's what you expect to see other people doing.
Yeah, totally.
Like, so that's what, it's an admission. It's like all of this is true. All of the fear, all of what felt like fear mongering, what felt like made up insane garbage. Turns out, oh no, it is true. It's the accusers. Are the ones perpetrating all of it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we when we were talking about prepping this episode, we talked about trying to spin this topic that's so much in our culture right now after this weekend, and jam on it a little bit personally. Yeah. And so I thought a good place to start would be, I don't remember if it was this past New Year's Day or the one before, but you and Jen were over New Year's Day. Yeah. I think we had partied the night before and we were all kind of like vegging out on the couch, watching some football, eating pizza, nachos, something
like that. Yeah.
And Naquan and I were woofing at all the hot college football players, and you and Jen were both, how would you categorize your response? You guys admonished us. For woofing at college aged players. And we had a bit of a back and forth about it. It wasn't an argument, but Naquan and I didn't agree with you guys. So I thought we'd start there and maybe pick up that little, I know we won't solve it. We probably won't still agree, but I don't know. What's so fascinating to me, I'm going at a little bit out of order, but we talked about this the other day. I think what's fascinating about these laws, and there should be laws, because the human brain is not developed until you're whatever age it is in your 20s, and it's different for men and women. And consent is a very real thing. And if your brain is not fully developed, you can't give consent. And we have to have laws to protect kids, obviously. I very much believe that. But what's so interesting about it is it really is kind of this arbitrary thing. Like it like one day you're 17 and you can't have sex with an adult. And then it's your birthday, you have a cake. And then the next day, now you can have sex with a man who's 45. If you're like, that's crazy. It's actually crazy if you think about it, but there's like no other way to do it. There has to be some way to, network is struggling. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They caught us. They're onto us. They don't want us talking about this.
They don't. So yeah, let's talk about that New Year's Day and like.
Yeah. I think that there's in this conversation is, you're right. There has to be an arbitrary number, but there's also like a few different parts to it that are I think important to kind of delineate from, to kind of like separate out and silo the parts of this conversation. Like for instance, that. I guess like as a question, let's say hypothetically we're watching college football and they cut over to the cheerleaders, and I, as a 40-something-year-old man, am woofing at the 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, but 18, 19-year-old cheerleaders. Do you feel any kind of way about that? Do you feel the same about that? You feel the same about that?
I think it's okay. Yeah. I mean, I think, I do. I think that, I think you're an adult when you're in college.
Yeah. Part of the thing that is the difference for me, a little bit of the difference for me, is like there's an expectation. I think that because look, there's no way around it. Like youth is beauty. There is a beauty to youth. There is an attractiveness to youthfulness. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you. There's something about and I don't even know exactly how to say it, how to frame it, but there's something about like the life experience, and it's hard to like if you can separate out, and I guess that's part of the thing, is like separate out like just physical appreciation of physicality, like sure, and then you think about like what are the steps involved with like, do I want to fuck that person, and what actual steps get me from where I am now to fucking that person? And it's like, can I relate to a 20-year-old at all? And if I can't, or if I can, then what's going on, and what is that? Is that normal? Is that okay? Is that, and maybe, depending on what it goes into that. But, and then if I can't, then is the depersonalization of sex, like where does that fit together? So the real world implications of like, I want to have sex with a college age person is, there's a, I don't know, that part, that's one of the things for me. Cause I agree with you. Like, then there's a different conversation about like, and sorry, Megyn Kelly, but 15 is still fucking too young. Like that's
100%.
You can't.
Yes.
That's a gross, insane thing to try to delineate there. But I understand. Like, yeah, eventually, when you're a young person, a young adult, you're still an adult. There's just like and I think like I've heard Jen say like. She would have a hard time respecting someone. I don't even think she would say it that politely. She would not respect someone who's in their 40s and feels like they can relate to a 23-year-old, 24-year-old enough to spend time with them, enough to have sex with them. And I think that there's like a difference in some of the mentality going into it, like how much time do you really need to spend with someone to fuck them? Is different.
I mean, I just wildly disagree with Jen about that. I, in my late 20s, dated someone who was much, much older than me. And it wasn't something, I wasn't the kind of gay guy that always looked for sort of like a daddy, but there's plenty of gay guys that do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And this guy was a huge, is still an important part of my life, and really was like a great friend to me and a really great mentor. And I learned so much from that relationship, and I never once felt like I was being taken advantage of, or How
old were you?
Sorry. I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
And I have always been emotionally mature for my age and mentally mature for my age. And I was ready for it. And I don't know. I don't think there was anything wrong about what we did. I mean, it's,
I'm not going to speak for her at all. Because she's not here. I'm not going to speak for her, but certainly there's like there's nuance to everything, and everything is a case by case. What word am I trying? This network shit is thrown. Right. Everything is on an individual basis. Like, sure, like, yes, there's also the other side of it. Like, there's just to scale all the time. I see, at least, I don't know if you do, but I see like grown ass men who are, whether it's just spending money, like if it's whatever, daddying, here in New York, like whatever it is, like to have the chance to have sex with someone younger, significantly younger. And yeah, if that person is in their 20s and of sound mind and wants to be a part of this consensual agreement that your apartment or your dinners or whatever go into play, and or it's just like you have a good relationship, like that's its own thing. If you can, like, if you feel like it's a healthy relationship, that's great. I don't know how I feel about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I didn't follow what the apartment and the dinners had to do with it.
Like sugar daddies who like the economics of it are a huge part of it. Like there's a big part of that is
sure, but not always.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when it is that, like I have a hard time, like, I don't know. And also, like, if everyone's an adult and consenting, like, I get that too. I think it's more of like that's way different than any of the legal stuff. That's just like its own respect thing, I think. Like,
that's also like, if you don't like that, don't fucking do it. But there's no reason to judge anyone else about it.
I think that they're not always respectable situations. I have no problem saying that.
Neither is a guy and a girl who are the same age in their 30s getting together. There's oftentimes those aren't respectful situations. Men beating their wives or whatever. Like,
boy, this just took a swing. Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
I feel like I have to like really stand up for this. I also feel like from a gay point of view, we are at a disadvantage. We do not. And I think it's changing now. I hope it's changing now. I hope if one of your kids ends up being gay, I have a lot of hope that I think it will be different for them growing up. I didn't get to experience puberty and going to the prom. And I mean, I did all these things. I did experience puberty. I did go to the prom, but I didn't get to experience it in the way that my colleagues, what's the word? Peers. The way my peers were, like I was hiding who I was. I wasn't being my true self. I wasn't dating. I wasn't dating in that messy way high schoolers do and making mistakes and having my heart broken. Like gay men are stunted and like, there's a long lineage going back to the Greeks of like older gay men fostering younger gay men and teaching them and mentoring them. And at that time in that society was, very respected and a normal thing. And I think I did a lot, I did a lot of theater growing up like you did outside of school, and I interacted with a lot of adults. And I learned about being gay from guys who were in their 30s. And I don't mean like sexually, I mean like I learned like what it meant, like what it would look like to have gay friends and what it would look like to have a community of people where I could be myself.
Yeah, just to be clear, I feel like I almost, not that it was, this is not what I thought we were talking about today. I don't want to sound like I'm arguing with the chance to like meet someone older and learn things about life and be a part of a mature relationship. Like that's not,
but then sometimes sex is a part of that.
Like, and sometimes sex is the only part of that. I'm saying it's also, you're right. Any relationship can be disrespected. I think that or can be disrespectful. I think that there's a danger because the closer you creep toward that, you end up saying, well, 15 and 18 aren't that different. Well, and then how far down do you go in that until then it's no longer about, it is not a physical, there is a point. And I think that probably in any, maybe not any, but like it's possible. Like, I don't give a shit about a May-December relationship. Be older than that. Like someone, I'm just saying, like, once it hits that college age thing, I think is, I will say, I still think that's different. Like when we're talking about, and there's a lot of like, there's a lot you can go into about the what's the like not maturation, but like the like looking at football players or like certainly like athletes of color, like they making them feel older, treating them as older than they really are, and expecting a more mature mindset out of an 18-year-old because they're big and because they do this thing that we're used to professionals doing. So I think that is a risky line because. Yeah, we talk about this arbitrary number, and for me, it's like, let's just move away from that spot. Like, young people are attractive. Yes, it gets, I don't want to have to, this is not where I'm at in my life anyway. Like, but I wouldn't want to have to worry about when your birthday was. Like, that's
totally.
not a thing I'm
I
interested
agree.
in,
I would never get close to that personally.
Yeah. So that's
for
what
sure.
I don't give a shit if you're in your 20s and you're dating someone in your 40s or 50s. Like, whatever. Like, that can be fine. I think that leaves space. There's room there for the riskiness that then is the same thing that creeps down. There's a lot of like power dynamic that can play into that. There's a lot of like, and then you just as you creep down, now you're talking to a teenager and now you're talking to a high schooler that is not of a mind to have that kind of consent with an older person, you know, like, and there's the power dynamics that it can exist in that can be easily construed as abuse. I mean, there are abuse, not even easily construed as abuse. For sure. So like, I don't want to sound like I'm against people being different ages. Like I just think that there's a risk, and the problem is once it gets to an actual point that there is a problem, that there is this is undeniably non-consensual, because that's not a brain that has been developed enough to consent. And that's what I like, because that's what's happening out there right now. Like, we're not talking about, like, in fact, to 100%. Go back to what you're saying about Trump and Bill Clinton, like, I understand what you're saying. What I saw more of on the internet was people saying like, hey, can you keep Monica Lewinsky's name out of your mouth for this one? Like, let's not bring in a woman who was also in a position to have power abused against her. I mean, Bill Clinton was abusing his position in that situation, but she was a woman of consenting age. That was its own thing. That's whatever. And that became its own thing. That, like, I don't think that she shouldn't have been drawn. She's brought into it because it's people are making jokes about it, and like, you know, like she's the last person that we know to talk about blowing Bill Clinton, like whatever. And so she gets kind of brought back up in that. But like, she shouldn't be dragged right now with this whole thing coming up again. That was a situation where he was abusing his power, and that these guys are, the Epstein thing is abuse of power. Like, maybe they're all like pedophiles in the way that they have spent their whole lives being attracted to children. I think they're just power mongers, and they can hold power and wield power over children. It's easier to wield power over a fucking child, you know, like, and that abuse is clear that way. Donald Trump is, it's not that he's like such a Casanova and sometimes whoopsies, she was 17 and not 20. Like, he's a predator, and that's a different situation. Like, for sure. That's a predator situation. That is a like, that's what I'm saying. I don't need more information to come out about this. I don't need to find out that someone was specific. We know that they were 14, or they like, well, I don't need those details, because I already know he's a predator who wields his power that way because whatever reason, he can't get it. And I don't know why ever his morally bankrupt self does that shit. There's no question there that is abuse, and that is, you know, rape, and that is all of the bad things. That is not even is it consensual? Was she 18? Is it like, at this point, like, that's abuse. So I don't mean, we can disagree. We can agree to disagree about like 18 and 19-year-olds on, like, I can look at a cheerleader and be like, that's a beautiful young woman, but I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna wolf that person. Like, I don't feel like that's where I want to spend my energy or my time, you know, like, and I just get that it's a risky line to me, because it starts edging further and further that way. And then when it's a question of like, when's your birthday, then that's just not a conversation I want to be a part of, right?
Well, yeah. And don't get me wrong. I'm not like, I would never date or have sex with anyone college age. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in, like you said, getting close to even having to wonder what that line is. So we're totally in agreement there. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was fun. That took it.
Yeah. We're solving all the world's problems right now.
Yeah. Did we solve anything in that one?
No. You know what it's time for?
I do.
Who would you fight? Who would you fight? Pow, pow.
Ooh, love the snaps.
Snaps. Jerome Robbins snaps. I'll go first.
Okay.
I want to fight behind, this is so not timely because the election just happened and it's not even a presidential election, but I want to fight people that hide behind the Electoral College when they vote. I know people that didn't vote for Hillary because they live in a state where it was going to be a blue state anyways. So it didn't matter that they didn't vote for her. And so they voted for one of the other stupid candidates that weren't Trump, whether it's Stein from the Green Party or whoever that asshole was that was on the libertarian ticket. And the argument was, well, it doesn't matter. And it's a protest vote because I don't like Hillary. And that's a whole nother story. That's misogyny. And that's someone being mad because she didn't bake cookies and said something about it. But I'm tired of that. Your vote matters. And I know the electoral college is so fucking annoying and so fucking stupid, but I don't think people should hide behind the electoral college when they vote. I think you should vote because those numbers really do matter.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna step off the high road for a moment and say I want to fight the other No Homo show. Fuck y'all. Yeah. Whatever, I get it, but I want to fight them.
Well,
I don't need to elaborate more there. I don't need to go into it, but I just feel like not being. I'm going to be a little petty right now. I'm just going to take the low road for a moment and say, fuck you, I want to fight you. That's all.
But yeah,
I know it's fine. I know.
I know. I'm not trying to make you feel. I'm not trying to take that away from you. I get it. I'm bummed too, but I'm excited about our new name.
Yeah.
And we had 22 solid No Homo episodes.
Would you? Would you fuck us? Would you fuck the 22-year-old No Homo?
Yeah, I feel like 22 is cool because you're done with college and yeah sure.
You've been on the world for a minute. We're finishing. We're leaving the No Homo world as fully consenting adults.
All right, no, I'm not going to ask you personal questions. What's the oldest woman you ever hooked up with?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I have no problem with a May-December relationship. Okay, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yes. I also think. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, you can tell more if you want to.
Those are I mean. I think, like you were saying, like it's an individual basis kind of thing, and you understand as long as you understand what's going on, and as long as there's not a power dynamic at play because of whatever employment or whatever else, whatever might be happening there. I got no problem. I got no problem with an older person and a younger person. I promise you. For exactly how many days is it? For exactly 50 days a year. No, not even that. For exactly 50 days a year, Jen is older than me, and it's my favorite 50 days of the year.
Year wise or something, like her age is a year.
Her age is we're both 82, and she is 50 days old, 49 days older than me, and so those days are my favorite days of the year.
Because then you're with a cougar.
Yeah, I get to be with an older woman. Yeah,
I love it. All right, should I read us out?
Please do.
Is it my turn
to speak? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for listening to Jonathan's Hawking. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to Make sure to like and subscribe to Bro Homo with Jonathan and Tom on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Graphics and music by Matt Ladner, and a rambunctious thanks to Jen Dorenbosch and Naquan Williams. The opinions expressed on this podcast are solely those of the hosts and are intended for entertainment purposes only.
I'll see you, man. Way to close out. Way to close out the No Homo.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right. Love you too. Bye.